think that. If you thought I might be exaggerating, you did not see the statement from the Pentagon in the last couple of hours. I'll paraphrase, but only very marginally, only because I don't have it in front of me. The Pentagon issued the following statement: that China will face consequences in the event of it deepening its ties with Russia. Just ponder that statement for a moment. Ponder first the exceptionalism of one nuclear superpower ordering another nuclear superpower with whom it may deepen relations. Ponder its effect on the Chinese people, 1.6 billion of them, who thought that their country was long past listening to orders from foreigners about who or whom they can be friendly with or what they can or cannot do. Ponder its impact on the Chinese leadership about to announce this weekend peace proposals to try and bring about a negotiated end to the Ukraine-Russia conflict before it escalates into World War III. Imagine the reckless, feckless, fearsomely stupid official in the Pentagon who chose this moment to warn, threaten China that it will face consequences. Now, what consequences do the Pentagon have in mind? The Pentagon being the Department of Defense. One presumes the Pentagon only speaks on military matters. In other words, they were not threatening, I don't know, sanctions on TikTok. They were not threatening new restrictions on Huawei. The Department of Defense threatening China with consequences is a military threat. How will it be answered by China? I'm not a China expert, though I'm going there next month, seeking to become rather more expert. But my guess is this, that this Pentagon warning took us another step closer to World War III. It cemented the close strategic partnership between Russia and China even more concretely. And when you imagine that for decades it was official United States policy to keep China and Russia as far apart from each other as possible, and if possible, to have them at each other's throats as a piece of statecraft, the Pentagon, Pelosi, the provocations over Taiwan over and over and over again has achieved the precise opposite of that which Kissinger and Nixon and Brzezinski and Carter and all presidents since have sought to employ. So we'll talk about the war, not just in Europe, but the war in Syria, against Syria, as it still shivers and shudders under the impact of not one but two earthquakes in the last 7 days. Israel began its relentless bombardment of downtown Damascus again. Israel moved its armed forces into a city of some importance to me. 40 years ago, I twinned my own hometown of Dundee with the Palestinian town, now city, of Nablus. There was a massacre in Nablus today. 100 people were shot. 10 were killed, including a man the same age as myself. 25 are critically wounded. And of course, Iran has not answered yet for the Israeli attacks upon her. Can war really be boiling up in the Middle East while it rages in Eastern Europe? I'm afraid to tell you it can, and it is. Middle East while it rages in Eastern Europe? I'm afraid to tell you it can, and it is. And it may not be the only war. North Korea launched several ballistic missiles capable of landing in San Francisco, down the California coast, anytime it likes. There were no nuclear warheads on board. But next time, who knows?